Hi there, thanks for joining. I know that varnishing a painting can be a bit scary because I experienced that myself as well. And I've varnished a lot of paintings and still I can become a little bit nervous, especially when I like the painting that I've made. But in this video I want to show you what works for me and maybe it works for you as well, and that would be great. Varnish is a protective layer on the painting and it protects the painting from dirt, dust and UV light. And the idea is that when the varnish gets dirty, you can remove it. And by the way, that's a very hard and time-consuming job, and it's not without risks. But it can be done, so then the painting is clean again and it can be re-varnished. Now, acrylics don't necessarily need to be varnished. In general, acrylics are rather strong. I always only varnish paintings that I'm gonna sell, because when I sell a painting, I want to deliver it in the best way possible, of course, and I want it to be protected because I'm not sure what the customer's gonna do with the painting. Where are the people going to hang the painting? Is it above a frying pan, for instance? You never know. There are also other reasons to varnish a painting. Acrylics usually dry very matte, so you can see it on this painting as well. And that has some benefits because you don't have that much of reflections. But some people prefer to have a more glossy or shiny painting. So with a glossy varnish you can accomplish that effect. And then there's also another thing. Some pigments dry more glossy than other pigments. So when you finished an acrylic painting, sometimes you see some parts that shine more and some parts that are more matte. And some people don't like that, so to give the painting a uniform look, you can also give it a coat of varnish. Of course, before you start varnishing, the painting has to be completely dry. And we all know that acrylics dry really fast, but that's only the surface. So on the surface, the acrylics dry really fast, so within 10-15 minutes they're dry. But deep inside the acrylics still are moist, and it takes, if you want to be on the safe side, only start your varnish your paintings after 2 weeks of drying time. Another thing is, of course, that your painting has to be completely finished. So if you forget, for instance, to sign the painting and you apply the varnish, then you cannot sign it properly anymore. And of course, if you see, oh, I need to fill in another detail, then yeah, do that before you varnish, of course. Now, okay, you can apply a varnish in several ways. So first you see me here the old way that I used to do before a lot. I put a little bit of varnish on the canvas and I start quickly wiping it with a big, large brush with soft bristles to cover it evenly. And this one I leave to dry outside, so I protect it from dust and other stuff by making a temporary roof on top of it. This method, I thought, was more prone to mistakes and things that could go wrong, because especially with a brush you could lose some hair and it would stick in the varnish. But now my favorite way, and that is with the spraying can. This painting now is dry for 2 weeks, over 2 weeks. I have signed it and I've filled in all the details. I think it's really finished. I want to give it a gloss finish, so I shake. So then I quickly do a test spray on a white piece of paper so I can see that it doesn't have any discolorations. And then I start spraying, and I first do it horizontally like this. Like this. I try to keep the same distance everywhere, and now I do it vertically. It's just a mist. And now I see a sort of even shine. I look from the sides and it doesn't start dripping. It is slightly wet, but that's already enough. And this is why I do it with the painting standing upright, is because then I can easily cover the whole painting. Because when I lay it flat on the ground or on a table, I have to do it like this, and that's not gonna work. And I want to have the spraying can upright as well. But after varnishing, I make sure that I quickly lay the painting down. When you want to get used to varnishing, just use your old paintings. Practice. lay it flat. "15 centimeters, up, down, there you go." Now I'll do a last one. Also mind your surroundings, of course. Don't do this in an area that you don't want to contaminate. But yeah, for me, this is my studio. It's all right. You see, now I have a light on it so that you can see that all over the painting is a nice even kind of glare. So you see how easy it is to spread it very evenly. I think this is way easier than with a brush. This one as well, you see. And this one. It's just great. By the way, varnish affects the colors, so the colors can look different after varnishing. Also, I almost forgot, always varnish only in good ventilated spaces. So open windows, maybe better even outside, because the fumes are toxic. Matte varnish is often formulated to work best in one single layer, because additional layers can cloud the finish. And you have to shake very extensively before starting, you hear? Gloss varnish is more forgiving and can be applied in multiple layers. Always let each layer dry completely before you apply another layer. The funny thing is, it's just like this example. When you walk around with a cup of coffee or with a cup of tea, you don't think about it, everything goes well. But as soon as you have to serve the King of the Netherlands a cup of coffee, you start thinking van, ooh, am I doing this right and is this correctly? And then you start spilling the coffee out of the nerves. So these anxious feelings of I don't want to mess up my painting, these play a big part. To get rid of these anxious feelings, you need to build a little bit of experience. Just try it on simple studies, old paintings, etc. that you don't mind too much. Maybe this video needs a little bit of varnish as well, because it is finished. Thanks for watching and see you next time.